Get ready with me to go get a tattoo.
Hi everybody, how are you? My name is Brittany McLean. I am your pro makeup artist and I'm here for you, try to be, every week. And this week, this style is gonna be more vloggy, I guess, than anything. I have a tattoo appointment today. I am so excited. I'm gonna be going to Horns and Halos Tattoo, located in Rockwall, Texas. And I went to high school with the owner, my husband and I did, and his name is Mike Hamill Jr. If you know him, you know him. If you don't, you should. He's a cool guy. And yeah, I actually got to do his daughter's makeup for a wedding, and she was super sweet. Looks just like him. But I'm really excited. I had some space to fill, okay? My hand space. I am so fortunate every day that I have a job that allows me to have tattoos. I should say career, because it's a lifelong career, but very thankful for that. And so this is gonna be more of a vlog. I'm doing very simple makeup, nothing crazy, just very basic. I know that seems kind of boring, but because this is more of a vlog, it's not really about the makeup today, but I just wanted you to see kind of how I did my makeup and my outfit, and just because it's a special day. Like, it's been 8 years at least since I've been tattooed. Maybe 7. It's been a long time since I've been tattooed. These all happened over 7 years ago. So I'm looking forward to this. To me, it's a special occasion. I am going to go see Callan Hurst. She is located there. And I always enjoy, I've had males tattoo me, but I always love a good female artist. I think it's just fun. I feel like we have more to relate to, and it's just more, I don't know. I don't know. A long time coming, but I'm getting my third daughter's name tattooed, and her name is Lucy. And I'm going to get, I'll put the mock-up over here somewhere so you can see it, but it's going right here. And like I said, I've had so many different tattoos by so many different people. I had an artist a long time ago. She moved to Arizona, and then I had another tattoo artist after that. She fell off the face of the planet, resurfaced, and asked me for money once. I don't know, she was going through something, but it was just a bit odd. Yeah, so I haven't been tattooed since then, and I really haven't known anyone else's work that I've wanted to, I've seen some great work, but in this economy, tattoos are expensive, and so when I was finally able to save a little bit of money, and we've had a lot going on, so it really hasn't been a priority. But now that things have like eased up and slowed down a little bit, I feel a little less guilty getting a tattoo, especially since it's been something that I've wanted for a really long time. I just kind of wanted to do something for myself, and I feel like tattoo, again, is like a form of therapy, and so we're gonna make therapy happen today, Once you pop, you don't stop, it's one of those things. You end up doing it over and over and over again. It's very addicting. And I have my oldest, who is an amazing artist, and I want her to draw something up for me to get tattooed because she's just so good. And I could totally see her being a tattoo artist one day if she wanted to do that. I'll be excited to especially show little Lucy Goosey, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So exciting. I know the last week, whenever I made my last video, I mentioned that I was going to be doing some work with New Friends, New Life, and that went really, really well. That was so much fun for all the girls and for myself. I needed that little bit of soul connection. It was great. We had a event, and it was just really nice. The girls enjoyed being instructed on how to do their makeup, and they had a lot of questions. Just told them who I was and what I did and how long I've been doing it for, and the people that I've worked with and all that good stuff. And these girls were like my oldest daughter's age. They were almost about 14 to like 17 maybe, just young girls. And man, my mama heart like was just, it broke, because girls that age should never be in situations like that. And so I can't help but feel empathy, you know? I look dead, but you know what? It won't look like that for long. I get to talk to people from all walks of life, and yeah, it's a great experience. I've had so many really different rewarding moments in my 15-year career. It's crazy how time just flies. I feel like a lot of people in this industry don't last long because, for different reasons really, but I think they just lose sight of the passion of the reason why they wanted to do it in the first place. I think people sometimes think that being a makeup artist is just easy, and it's just a career that is, I don't know, like for dumb people. I don't know if I should say that because I don't think it's true personally, but I think some people think that it's not a very lucrative career, but it's been one of the most rewarding things that I have ever done in my entire life. I've worked with Fox Sports. I've worked with a lot of different athletes and actresses and actors and musicians, and it's been so rewarding. And I'll never forget my most embarrassing, probably my most embarrassing moment was I met Korn. There was an interview for a TV show that I was working on. I met the band Korn. We were in Dallas. It was around the time, I don't want to say I was just starting out, but I had been doing makeup maybe for like 4 years at that point, so pretty early on in my career. And I had a caboodle as my first makeup kit. So if that tells you anything, I had a caboodle. And this caboodle was on its last leg. And I go to pick it up. It's in the middle of the table. And Korn is sitting at a table. They're right there. And I go to pick up my caboodle, and it splits apart. If you know how caboodles latch in the middle, the handle's on one side, the lock is in the middle. Just one lock, not two. No safety measure, just one. And yeah, my makeup kit went everywhere, all over the floor. Talk about embarrassing. So that was fun. I'm sure they probably don't even remember that, but I do. That was one of my most embarrassing moments, because in front of Korn? Really? Ugh. And then things come full circle, right? So I met Drowning Pool a long time ago and worked with them and did an interview with them and powdered their faces and did all the things, right? Just in case. And then now I admin for a group on Facebook with one of the band members' wives, and she's one of the coolest people in the world. And I think about my whole career and just how amazing like these opportunities have been to get, and I just want to pinch myself. You know, I'm an alternative makeup artist, but I'm also a bridal makeup artist, and so when you have both of those things happening simultaneously, you know, I've never been judged for my tattoos, or I've never been judged for how I look or anything like that, thankfully. I think this world has evolved a lot when it comes to tattoos and piercings. I think people expect artists to be artsy. That's what I love so much about my career, is that like I am free to be the person that I am, and I don't have to hide anything. And I think I get to be my most authentic self, and I think that just speaks volumes. You really just kind of have to find the right people that enjoy your style, and it's like picking a tattoo artist. Picking a makeup artist is the exact same thing. And so I'm very grateful for people who see my work and want to hire me, people who watch my videos and my TikToks and everything else. If you're over on TikTok, my handle is Babe Makeup Artistry, BABE Makeup Artistry. And yeah, follow me. I would love to have you on over there, and you'll get more like little snippets. It's really difficult to film and to do all the things. I'm trying to think of some other opportunities that I've had in my career as a makeup artist. Let's see, I did a Kia commercial. I did a Pollo Loco commercial. I wasn't in them. I just did the makeup or the hair for them. Trying to think of maybe my worst experience as a makeup artist. What is my worst experience as a makeup artist? Let me think about that one. I've only had like two things happen in my career. One a long, long time ago, and one fairly recently. I just poked my eye. I just poked my eye. It's fine. Hang on. Oh God. Ah. The eye is fine. I don't like to talk about the bad things, my bad or my negative experiences in makeup, if I'm being honest. And the reason I don't like to talk about it is because I don't like to dwell on the negative things, but I'll tell you about these two experiences that I had. So this was quite some time ago. This was 2014 maybe. I had a wedding. I had a bride who was the sweetest bride ever, and she was so pretty. And I remember showing up at the wedding. I had had a few years under my belt, but I was very young still. I was in like my late 20s, and I've always struggled with being a people pleaser and kind of like not causing a riff and not causing commotion and want to ruffle feathers. So I walk into the venue. There's plenty of space for me to set up. However, all of the bridesmaids have their stuff just where hair and makeup is supposed to be. Now, the hair person arrived early because it was on her itinerary to do more hair. I didn't have as many hair. I had a couple of makeup appointments there, so I just set up where I could. Thankfully, I brought like a little collapsible table that I actually still have. And when I tell you this thing is like, I mean, it's not big at all. They put me behind this big, heavy door that opened like this, you know, and so I'm behind the door. I have my kit and everything set up.
This was the first thing at that wedding. Okay.
I'm in a very tight space. It's not ideal. My back is hurting already. Like there was just no, it wasn't, they didn't accommodate really a space for me, which I look back and I would have walked over to the space and been like, I need this. I need to work here. But again, me not wanting to ruffle feathers and it being a wedding, they were paying me. I just felt like I needed to get there, do my job, and be happy with it. I am doing someone's makeup, and I have one of my very expensive, and let me tell you, at this time, I did not get a MAC discount, okay? At that time, I was not getting a MAC discount. So I paid full price for a pigment, which was $21, okay? Which, looking at it now, I'm like, $21 is not that bad for a pigment. But when you're a young, starving artist and you're starting out, it's expensive. Your overhead costs are expensive. And I wasn't really running my business like a business. And so I was on the struggle bus paying for my supplies and supplying my kit. So I'm behind the door doing my thing. All of a sudden, the door, the heavy door that people over push because it is heavy, knocked right into my kit. Thankfully, my entire kit didn't fall off the table. However, my $21 MAC pigment did, and it was everywhere. I wanted to cry because I just bought it. It was brand new. Bride felt terrible. She knew. She was like,
"Oh my God, I'm so sorry that happened. And if we need to pay extra, we will."
and I'm just like, okay, you know, that'd be great. Because, you know, I mean, it's my pigment. It's my pigment. And I paid a lot of money for it at the time. And so these days, you know, I mean, sure, if they want to make it right, great. But, you know, I have insurance now. Like, things happen. Not that insurance would necessarily cover that, but I'm just saying, like, it's fine. Accidents happen. Anyways, so she felt terrible. That was the first part. I can get past it. It's fine. I get it replaced. No biggie. Well, then I do mom's makeup. Now, at this time, I'm not super well versed in mature skin, right? I hadn't really done a lot of mature skin at that time. I look back on this and I think about it sometimes still. And I think to myself, is there anything I could have done different? Sure, like times have changed, trends have changed, priorities with makeup have changed. So really and truly, like, I think I did everything that I was trained and knew to do for that client. Mom had just turned 45 or 50, and the bride warned me ahead of time.
My mom's getting fine lines and wrinkles, and she doesn't want to see them. But I know that's not realistic.
And I'm like, that part, it's not realistic and it's normal. And like, I didn't know what to do with that information, really. I skin prepped her the best way I knew how at that time. Don't judge me, but Olay. Olay products, okay? Anti-aging products. I used what I had, okay? All right, we can move on now. Skin prepped her and I airbrushed her, thinking that would be the best option. At the time I was offering airbrushing services, which I've come to realize now it's just more about technique and skin prep. It's really not even about, anyway, that's a whole other tangent happening. But the bride warned me.
She's like, she's going through some things. I'm getting married. It's a very emotional day for her. She's not really sure how she feels.
And I'm like, got it. Cool. So I tread lightly because, you know, I'm not trying to upset anybody or make anybody up mad. I, you know, consult with her thoroughly. Just asked her for any inspo pics that she might have. Well, of course she didn't have any, because you can tell people to have inspo pics all day long. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. She did not. Did the makeup.
She hated it.
Everything I did, she hated. I changed things. I did things different. I even wiped it off and started again. I did her makeup 2 or 3 different times. Foundation, eyeshadow, eyeliner. I did everything. I asked all the questions. What are you used to? What is your normal makeup routine like? Because I, being told this from the bride, is I'm treading very lightly and I want to do the right thing. Consulting with the bride at this point, she sees me struggling. The mom's crying. I want to cry. Cancer energy, you know? I want to cry because I feel like I had exhausted every technique, everything. And it wasn't like there was anything wrong with the actual makeup and the way that it laid on the skin or anything like that. It was just that she could see her fine lines and her wrinkles. She could see a little creasing. It wasn't bad. I just think that sometimes, especially for that time, beauty expectations have just always kind of been unrealistic. I'm sure that the struggle was real, and I know it probably had very little to do with me. But it made me feel bad. And I mean, didn't end up even charging her mom for the makeup. I went above and beyond. I did everything. Bride tipped me very well. She was very sweet. And looking back again, you reflect on these things after years of doing it. But that was a pivotal moment in my career that I really felt like, do I want to do this anymore? Like, I had never had a bad client. And I don't want to say a bad client. I never had a difficult client. I never had anybody tell me straight up they didn't like the way the makeup looked. And I was shocked. As an artist, you want to do everything to make them happy. I know this has happened so many times to so many artists. That's one of the things that stands out in my career. Experience from the beginning to the end was just like, I want to leave.
Thank you so much. I really want to leave. I don't know how long I could stay here.
I don't want to be here anymore. And because no one puts baby in a corner. Don't put baby in a corner. Don't put your makeup artist or your hair person in the corner, okay? We need plenty of space to work. Ugh, I want to cry even now. What is this? What is wrong with me? Oh my God. The aging process is sometimes not an easy one for women to go through. And now that I'm older and more mature, look at this, look at, the aging process is normal. Creasing, fine lines, wrinkles, it's normal. And if you can do preventative maintenance with Botox and filler, by all means, do what you want to do. So anyways, that's that story. The other one that happened somewhat recently, I won't say where I went. It's too specific because it's a little too soon. It's a little too soon. I'm sure you've seen the video of the bride who wiped off her makeup that she did not like that the makeup artist did. That wasn't me, thankfully. However, it's happened to me recently. Not with a bride, thankfully. It did happen with a model. And here's the thing, guys. When a makeup artist is consulting with you, I don't care how old you are or if you think that you're gonna hurt someone's feelings by telling them what you want, but you're not. And when a makeup artist is trying to consult with you and ask you what it is that you are wanting for your makeup, your due diligence as a client is to communicate your likes and dislikes. And you don't always know what you do like, but you should, for the most part, know what you don't like. I do very, very thorough consultations, especially in 2025, okay? We are in 2025. I've been doing this for 15 years. I have learned so many lessons in this industry. I ask all of the questions.
Right.
What do you do for a living?
Lots of things.
Where's your office?
I don't have one.
How come?
I don't need one.
Where's your wife?
Don't have one.
How come?
It's a long story.
And she said,
My audience knows me for having very, very natural makeup, so I don't want a full glam. I want more of like a soft, lived-in glam.
perfect. Do you have any photos of like your other makeup look? She's like showing me everything and I'm like, cool, got it. Imagine like beachy surfer glam. I do her makeup. I give her the mirror, ask her how she feels about her hair and her makeup. She's like,
Yeah, this is good. I'm good at this.
like, this looks right, whatever. We move on. I move on to the next girl. No big deal. Until I left.
Until I left.
The audacity.
So, here's the thing. The one thing I always tell my clients too is I say, I am a mom of 3 daughters, okay? You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I have none left because they have ripped them out of my soul.
My feelings? Tuh. Feelings who?
I can take it. If you hate it, tell me. I will do anything you want me to do to change it, to make it right, to make it to where you love your makeup. Did she do that? No, not until I left. I don't know how the conversation started. The photographer, like, letting me know about the situation afterwards. And she's like,
I really didn't want to say anything to you because I didn't want you to be upset.
and I'm like, girl, I'm not upset. I give the girls a chance to let me know if there's anything they want to change or do different. No one said anything. And they were like, well, they just weren't like all that impressed. And I'm like, well, what was it they weren't impressed with? And she was like,
Well, I think they just wanted more.
more what? What is it exactly that like they weren't getting that they didn't tell me, you know? No one had any real specifics, like brows weren't right or, you know, coverage or whatever. So once again, I didn't know what I could have done differently or change. All I knew was that I gave them ample opportunity to tell me what they wanted to change or do different. I mean, I still don't know. But they were talking about me when I left. Now, your girl's got feelings. Okay, I do actually have feelings. I understand and I respect people who can tell me how they feel honestly and give me honest feedback. At this point, I'm a little frustrated because I'm thinking like the bride that washed her makeup off didn't communicate to the makeup artist what it was she really like didn't like about the makeup. The makeup artist checked to see if she was good. Like, same situation. For the love of all that is holy, if I have future present clients that are watching my videos, say something. God, say something, because I want the opportunity to make you happy. Like, that's what you're paying me for. That's what you're hiring me for. I just don't understand. And I honestly feel like those types of clients that don't say anything at all, I think you don't deserve to be unhappy if you don't voice your concerns. I'm just gonna say it now. That might be controversial. You might not like it. Tough love, kids. If you don't give the artist an opportunity to correct a mistake or to figure out a way to make you happy within reason, you don't deserve to complain, because if you don't say something, how are we supposed to know? My feelings were a little hurt. At the end of the day, it happened. And here's the funny part. For someone that didn't really like their makeup and then talked about it when I left, I checked her TikTok because I was like, I'm gonna support these girls. So I followed them when I was there. I was like, I'm gonna follow her, but I followed them all. And I was just trying to be supportive. I looked on their TikTok to see the content. They had like 6 back-to-back videos of them looking like they felt themselves, looking like they knew they were beautiful, looking like they knew that the makeup couldn't have been that bad, you know? So It didn't present itself that way when I was there. It certainly didn't present itself that way online. So, do you just like drama? Or is the issue really within yourself and your self-worth and your self-confidence? The whole purpose of this is to bring awareness to the fact that, like, if you aren't happy, that's okay. What's not okay is to just talk mad about somebody when they leave, especially about my skill. I've worked really hard. I am professional. I have a license. I know my way around a damn makeup kit. I'm not unreasonable. I'm not unprofessional. I will work with you if I know that you're not loving your makeup. At the end of the day, what this comes down to is I'm trying to be a light in the world, and there's already so much negativity. And I like I said, that's why I really don't talk about these things, because I just don't think that they're important enough to talk about, I guess. I try to be so non-problematic in general. Cool Teddy by MAC, for anyone wanting to know. I'm obsessed with it. Every day I wear it all the time. I'm like, another video of Cool Teddy? I know. I should wear something darker. Maybe I will for the next one. I got you for the next one. But this is the overall makeup look. Now it's time for hair.